Hey, welcome back, everybody. Of course, this is Dr. Keith McNally, and I'm going to talk to you today about really inspiring students to really want to learn, and we call that student engagement. Now, I know, and you know, that I'm all about project-based learning. So part of the model of project-based learning is really building that culture of inspiring, motivating, and facilitating a learning process that kids can really hold on to, right? Um, it varies a lot from the traditional methodology where teachers kind of just stand and deliver some content, and then as a classroom or even in small groups, students review that content and they gain practice with it. This takes that and flips it on its head. It really does flip the coin, as I typically say, and it really emphasizes student inquiry, student collaboration, student communication, critical thinking, and a great deal more than what we're typically accustomed to as educators and teachers, at least from a historical perspective. So when we look at project-based learning, we really need to look at how we're focusing on student engagement. How do we emphasize that we have a passion for learning? And so I'll start there. We do have a passion for learning. If you're listening to me, if you're in the classroom, you went to college, you graduated from college, you're licensed, you're certified, you have all these credentials, and we as peers recognize, oh, okay, great. You can stand before a group of students and provide content, and you have enough information to know how to grade, assess, and then provide feedback to those students so that they can kind of learn new stuff. But even with all of that, even with all those credentials, and heck, I'm a doctor, even with all those credentials, that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to inspire others to want to be passionate about learning as we are passionate about learning. So where does that begin? Now, in these times where we're doing a lot of things virtually, i.e. YouTube or anything else that requires a webcam, it's easy to see what's behind somebody or what's in their immediate environment. And so I take advantage of that. And when somebody's talking to me, I could easily see what's in their background. And so if they've got things that are of interest, to start the conversation, say, hey, I see this, or hey, I see that. And a lot of times it's easy for us to talk about the things that we like, the things that we're invested in, the things that we surround ourselves in. And so in order to engage students properly and effectively, we really need to know what's going on in their lives. And so that doesn't necessarily mean we have to be digging into all kind of family secrets. It just means that we need to understand what their interests are, what they're passionate about, what they're not passionate about, and then try to guide and facilitate those interests into the content that you need and that we need to discuss in terms of the curriculum and state standards and all of those other things that we are required to do. So I often say, when somebody's looking at me, you know what's behind me. And so easily I've got uh, two fan favorites. And so it's easy to see all of my Lego collections, and I've got Mindstorms, Lego Boost, I've got a dragon, I've got some Ninjago stuff, and I've got other Lego paraphernalia behind me. Some of my students have called it Lego swag. I'm not sure if that's right or not, but anyway. And then we also see cards, and those cards are from my adoring fan, my daughter. And so I get fan favorites on, 2 days of the year, Father's Day and my birthday. And that's really cool too. So I like to include those in my background. And so I keep this up here. It may not be as professional as, other professionals want it to be, and that's okay with me. but it inspires collaboration, it inspires inquiry, it inspires other people to kind of get to know me a bit better. And I'm okay with that. And in the same way, I kind of ask questions too. So getting to know your students is a good thing when we're trying to inspire them to want to be lifelong learners. I hope this was of value to you, and I'll see you next time. Take care.